Hello, John. How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
I am fantastic, man. I've got to say, I was listening to the score, at least what you guys have released, Michael's Legend. I'm really blown away by what you did here.
Oh, thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Going in this as a fan, seeing this film and seeing these characters and some of the actors return, it was very satisfying for me. What was it like for you as kind of creating the sound with these kind of familiar faces and this fresh look?
Well, it was a joy. I mean, so much fun to score this movie and David's movies. It's just so much fun. And I love taking some of the old Halloween themes and refurbishing them into the new era here, in the modern era. And it's just great.
It must be kind of relaxing to at least say, okay, I'm not on the set. I'm not constantly like having to make the decisions that David is doing.
That's
But
you got it. You got it.
how much of an influence have you had in where the story is going and where because he's taking a unique and different path, which I really like.
I just give my blessing because I think I agree with you. It's so unique and so different, but it's just brilliant. So I don't have to do anything. I love it.
Wow, wow, that's a lot of trust because this is a film that you made years ago, '78, that inspired so many people. How has it changed you? How has your outlook changed on the franchise, especially now, kind of being involved in it once again?
It's great, and I resisted for a number of years, but Jason Blum convinced me to do this, and I'm really happy he did.
I am too. I'm too. Well, look, all the fans of this, obviously you've done some amazing work. One of my favorite films of yours is Starman. I think it's
No, thank you.
brilliant. Why do you think now this film specifically is so brutal, and he pushes the limit, which was actually really nice to see. What was your reaction? Like just the level of violence and the bloodshed and the victims, for that matter.
I thought this is the ultimate slasher film. This is the movie that I think every horror director wants to make. He wants to do this. We want to kick ass. We don't want to be pansies.
It's true. Well, I think it does seem to be in this day and age. A lot of times, horror is sanitized, cleaned up. We don't want to see anything too shocking. You know, this.
Somewhat, but go back to Hostel. The thing about the violence in oddly enough in Halloween kills is it's not cruel. It's just the intention is not cruel. Michael is a force, and he's a force of evil, and we watch what he does. But it's just so well done. I think we can all celebrate it.
I think so. Well, I think a lot of fans are really happy to see Halloween 3 kind of get a little representation.
Uh huh. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what I was thinking of that the other day. We're Halloween kills. We're looking at Halloween ends. Back in the day when you did Halloween 3, it was like this could be a new way to tell the story, create an anthology of sorts with new films. Do you think that's a possibility now with this with
Oh
the end?
no, 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 no. They want to see
Oh.
Michael.
Yeah, well, I guess what I was saying, with Halloween 3, it was such a it has become a cult classic, and it's a shame that that didn't work out in some ways, that we didn't see new, fresh stories of Halloween, because it would be nice to see.
Yes, I
But
agree with you. I totally agree with you. And I'm unaware of the changes in the reputation of Halloween 3 because no one tells me anything. So
oh
I don't know. It's great. It's a great treat.
no, it's true. It's become a lot of people, more and more people are falling into the camp because I think it took a lot of chances, and well, to be honest, you guys take a lot of chances in Halloween Kills as well with some of the kills. I do want to say with Jamie Lee and your relation, you guys are both executive producers. how does it feel to be back working with her? What has anything ever been lost on that relationship? It just seems so genuine and so perfect.
It is perfect, and it's deepened, if anything. I worked with Jamie back when she was a teenager, and this was her first movie. And now she's just on top of the world. And she's such a fine actress. I'm so proud of her. I'm proud of her evolution as an actress. And everything with dealing with Jamie is a joy, just a joy.
How did you know? I mean, back then, like, she was just a kid, even though she had the famous mom. How did you know she could pull this off and become legendary?
Well, you never know that, but I knew she could pull it off. I read her for the part, and she was just great, perfect for the part.
Do with the changes that her character Laurie Strode has made, I think weirdly this movie feels incredibly relevant today. In this, even though it was done before the pandemic, even though it was, there's a lot of kind of similarities between in this film and what's going on now. Was that was there ever a moment you're kind of like, oh my God, we're kind of telling the future in a way?
Now, the whole thing about the survivors of violence is interesting to me because that resonates. That's right now, the survivors of violence and how they cope, how they last, and I think that's real interesting. I think David did a great job with that.
Well, yeah, because you never see in a slasher movie, you never see someone going, oh my God, my best friend just died. I'm going to mourn this. I'm going to feel it. This movie, you feel that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that, especially with, I think Judy Greer is one of the, what an amazing performance she gives here.
Oh yeah, she's a really terrific actress.
With your music, and you've been doing a lot, focusing on that. What is the joy? Why is that such a special? I mean, obviously you're working with your son. That's got to be amazing. Why is that becomes probably, I guess, maybe the more important thing to you, or the more joyful thing to you? Why do you think that has overshadowed maybe going back and directing a film?
Directing is like going to work in a coal mine. It's not fun. It's hard. It's hard work. It's stressful. So you have to be driven to it. You have to have inside of you. You have to have a drive to put up with all the bullshit. Yeah. And I've basically reached a point in my life where I said, I don't need this anymore. Man, this is too rough. But then along came my musical business, and music is just the best of humanity because it doesn't require any words to describe it. You just listen. That's all there is to it. It's just listen. And I think we are at the top of our species in terms of creativity when we create music. So I didn't think that before. I do now.
How did you know that? How did you learn that your son would be such like the perfect combination between you two? How did you guys discover that?
I just throughout the years, we started playing together, and he learned music, and so did my godson Daniel, who has an enormous gift, and we just make a great team.
You do, and your live shows are incredible, I've got to say. Well, we're almost out of time, but I got to thank you, John. I've been a fan. You were the first director I knew. You were the first one I looked up to. So and congratulations. I'm so glad you're still involved with this series, and it's nice to see.
Thank you, man. Take care.
Cheers, man.
Hey, what are you guys doing out here?
It's Halloween. We've been trick-or-treating.
Are you alone?
There's a creepy man in a white mask.
Where?
And he keeps, trying to play hide and seek with us.
Where did you see him? Look! Run! Go home now!
Unlock the door! No! Come on!
We killed Michael. My grandmother set the fire.
No one told you.
Told me what?
Michael Myers is alive.
A man couldn't have survived that fire. "40 years ago, the boogeyman came for us. We are the survivors of Michael Myers.
Laurie, what do we do?
We fight.
Mom,
Our family will kill him.
We're gonna hunt him down and we're gonna put an end to this.
he is not gonna stop killing until we stop him.
If you track Michael's victims, that's a straight line to Michael's childhood home. Someone's in our house.
He is coming for me, but I'm coming for him.
You wanna kill someone? Take me! Michael!
I want to take his mask off and see the life leave his eyes.